Hey everybody, this is Matt from Davis Does Everything. I just wanted to give some quick tips and a little bit of insight on the Insta360 Go 3 tiny camera. So, absolutely great camera so far. It's great for POV shots, it's great for action, it's great for all of that. I'm doing woodworking videos and tutorials and random stuff. So I'm not going to be throwing it off a cliff or skydiving with it, but it does everything that I need so that you guys don't have to see my ugly mug all the time. You can just see what I'm actually doing. So a couple of things I wanted to give, the top 5 things that I had found that are pretty helpful with this. One, it's got voice command. It doesn't work when you're using the app for it. Now, I'm not sure about Android, but for iPhone, the iOS app, it doesn't let the camera use voice commands whenever you're using the app at the same time. It also doesn't work when it's powered off. That should be a given, but just something to throw in there. Settings, you can click on the lock screen icon, and I'll show you real quick. We'll power it on. And it kicks on here. So if you swipe up, you've got your ratio, resolution, and frame rate. You can swipe down. This gives you your generalized settings menu. This lock orientation is only actually meant for the screen itself. So if you flip it upside down, right now all of the icons on the screen are staying in their locked position. It's not for the actual camera. Just something to think about. When you turn that off, now if you flip it upside down, the icons come with you. So, something I learned. And also, if you're using the app, you can see a lot better for framing your shots if you're doing something like that, because this screen's pretty small. It's great for what it is, but for one, it's not a high resolution picture, and 2, it's very small. So when you're using the app paired with this, I would show you, but I'm shooting this on my phone. So when you open up the app and you connect the camera to the phone, after it syncs and locks in, you can go back in and basically get a live preview when you're moving it around. You can do all of the settings for the video. You can start and stop, all of that. So it gives you a little bit of a better angle on it. Especially when you're setting up those shots. Unless you're just doing POV, really doesn't matter. You can use this itself separately. This comes out. So you can, I actually made a magnetic base for it. My table's magnetic, or steel. But this can come off. You can magnetize this to your apron or whatever you're using. It comes with multiple different mounts. I'll go over that later. And you still get the preview on the device, on the dock. So, and then it just goes back in and locks. So far, what I've found is you have multiple different types of footage that you can do. So you've got intervals, loop, star lapse, slow motion, all kinds of stuff, which is great. For what I'm doing, I'm using the free frame video. So with free frame, the great part about it is when you're done and you're editing, it's going to let you adjust whatever you want. So on your aspects and your shot that you're getting. So whenever you come into here and you're doing all of your adjustments for this video that you're doing, If you put it on 9:16, which is what YouTube Shorts is, or TikTok, things like that, and then full-fledged videos are going to be done in 16:9 on YouTube. So the problem is you never know at the end of the day, is this going to be a short? Is this going to be a real video, a long format? So when you put this down, if you put this in 9:16 mode, that's the preview you get. So that's pretty hard to see, I think. Might not matter, but when you're using free frame, you're able to switch between 16:9 and 9:16 in the editing. So if you shoot in 16:9, you have a much larger screen to look at while you're doing it. Also, this will flip up so that then if you're wanting to come and look at yourself and see my ugly mug, you can do that pretty well. Closes back. So most of the time I'm doing, like I said, woodworking videos, tutorials, random stuff. So I kind of am going to start going on the POV side of things and see how that goes with everything. I think this is the perfect POV camera. Absolutely perfect. You've got multiple mounts for this that it comes with. If you like making stuff, I've already made this magnetic base for it, which is literally just a magnet and a 1/4-20 screw. But now I can just pop this anywhere I want, and with this steel table, it's not going anywhere. And this is one of the mounts that it came with. I just made the magnetic part. So when I'm doing these, so far what I've found settings wise that works the best for me is 16:9, so that I can actually see what I'm doing on the screen if I need to, and I can always adjust it later in the editing software, which we can look at later. I use the freeform video, which you can get to by just holding and swiping. Free frame video, sorry. And then 50 frames per second on 1080p. So that's going to give you the smoothest that I've found. 30 works. I like 50 a little bit better. And you can also go with your field of view for ultra, action, and linear. If you're using freeform, freeform, I keep wanting to call it free frame. If you're using freeform, you can just basically always use the ultra wide and then adjust it afterwards, because that's going to give you the biggest shot, biggest bang for your buck, really. And then when you're editing it, you can bring it down, bring it in, adjust it how you want to really frame your shots. Action, I can't tell a huge difference between these two. That's just a basic guy's opinion. I'm sure there's a lot of differences, but linear is pretty good, especially if you plan to just shoot it as it is and not really adjust it a whole lot whenever you're in the editing. I like linear pretty well too. So that's about it. I'm going to make a few more videos about this and we'll see how it goes. I really like this camera so far. Subscribe, do all that stuff. The Insta360 Go 3, brand new thing, just came out pretty recently. I'm really liking it. You guys take care and have a good day.